Good morning. In August of 2006, at 2 a.m., I awoke to find a masked man standing over my bed. I made the near fatal decision to engage and apprehend him. I am a police officer. To me, the obligation and the duty to try to apprehend this man was never in question. But I got caught lying down with my hand in a side table drawer reaching for an old service revolver. We struggled, and he got to the gun first. He and I spent a good deal of time together that night. We struggled. I suffered serious injuries during an assault that lasted what seemed like forever. All I had were my wits to stay alive. That night, he took more than my personal property and more than my jewelry. He took my state of being. He took my peace of mind, the security of my home. He threw off his bloody clothes with literally throngs of police, helicopters, and dogs at his back. I stayed shattered for 14 months until his arrest in October of 2007 in the midst of another home invasion. The tragedy is that the horrors this man went on to commit against other innocent people during that 14 months never had to happen. He left his bloody shirt behind at my scene when he assaulted me with his DNA all over it, but he wasn't in the DNA databank, so he stayed free. I could speak about the subsequent home invasions this man committed, like the one in December of 2006, when a school bus driver came home only to find her house ransacked and her whole family's Christmas stolen. There was another instance in July of 2007. A terrorized woman, 7 months pregnant, whom he found sexy, had the horror of his company for almost 12 hours as he robbed and sexually assaulted her continuously until her only recourse was to jump out of her bathroom window and crawl to a neighbor's house. I could talk to you about the young girl visiting from California who crept into a closet while her entire family was bound, gagged, tortured. She was able to call 911 just long enough to direct the police to the location before he found her in that closet and made her pay severely for her bravery. In every one of these awful crimes, this man left DNA behind. So instead of talking about these crimes in detail, I want to talk to you about the criminal trespass case he was convicted in for entering and remaining in a NYCHA building, a New York City Housing Authority building, without permission or authority, 2003. According to the penal law, this is a relatively minor offense. But had DNA been taken from him, in this case, he would have been in a data bank when he attacked me. He would have been identified and arrested before he went on to rape and rob a half a dozen more innocent people. Instead, we had to wait. He was also convicted of a low-level assault, and finally a felony assault against his own father, which compelled him to give DNA 14 months later. We are not asking a great deal. DNA databank has never been compromised. No information will be used from it except to try to match these subjects to crime scenes. So many horrible crimes can be stopped before they happen if we just take DNA samples from everyone convicted of these crimes. You don't have to do it for me. You do it for the pregnant woman my attacker went on to sexually assault and brutalize. You do it for that little girl hiding in the closet trying to save her family. You do it for the man he tied up and beat so savagely, knocked his teeth out. Do it for the family whose Christmas he stole. You just do it and try to pass this law. Thank you.